All right, and welcome back to episode 23 of the Alec Frengos show. This is a sports podcast centered around NBA and NFL. And today we'll just be talking about NFL Week 1, really. And first, I obviously want to recap the game that just happened. Detroit Lions go into Kansas City. Chris Jones and Travis Kelce lists and beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I know both of you guys are very happy about this because a Broncos fan, and obviously we got a Lions fan on the show. So I'll obviously let you go first, Jay. And what are your thoughts on the Detroit Lions upset?
I'm just totally in shock right now. I didn't really expect it to happen. This is kind of a game you see on your schedule and you just chalk it down as a loss automatically when you see you're playing the Super Bowl champions. Obviously, Kelce and Chris Jones, if they're there, it's a different game for sure. But it's football. People are always hurt. You're always missing guys, and other guys got to step up, and the Chiefs guys couldn't do that. And honestly, I don't think Detroit played a perfect game either. I think there's a lot of stuff they could have done better. Lots of dropped interceptions, fumble in the red zone even too. Just lost them 3 points, and they still found a way to win. And you know, watching them for the last 3 years kind of evolve into this team that would somehow lose every single close game to a team that can now win these games is really impressive. And it's something that, you know, honestly, it's just a good feeling to be able to win those games.
Yeah. One thing for me, I think that you got to give credit to the Lions. They won the game. They did their job. It doesn't matter who's on the field. A win is a win in the win column. But I think we can all, well, I don't know if we can all agree, but I think if Travis Kelce and Chris Jones are both there, I do think the Chiefs win this game. But I don't want to sit here and make circumstances because the Lions got the W. I'm not going to put anything against them, and even though I do want to, but the Lions didn't win this game. The Kansas City Chiefs lost this game themselves. I think it's very fair to say that because this was not 2 years ago a Dallas Cowboys at Tampa Bay Buccaneers shootout game, high-level football. Los Angeles Rams, Buffalo Bills. Bills came in, blew the doors off them, played the best football they did all season. This was kind of a chippy, scrappy game where everyone thought it was going to be a shootout, right?
Yeah.
It was over under 54 points. There was 41 points scored, I believe. 21-20 final.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was a very high level of football. I think both these teams can play better, and they will play better down the line of the season. The Lions, the offense looked a little bit out of sync to me a little bit too. Yeah. Obviously, a couple new pieces. Jameson Williams suspended again. But one reason why I just don't think the Lions have this edge to be a team ready for the big dogs yet is just because of the receiving core and the secondary. The secondary, obviously, over the top, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And did Kirby Joseph play last night?
Yep.
Tracy Walker, too. He had a couple plays. I actually like the safety depth on the Detroit Lions, sorry. But once you see, again, the cornerbacks have not done anything. I get Emmanuel Mosley's out, but he won't elevate into a guy that can guard number ones.
Well,
Cam Sutton had that PI, whether you want to call it PI or not. I just don't think the secondary is elite enough to go up against these high-powered teams. And then the receiving core, if I get to it too, nothing amazes me besides Amon-Ra St. Brown, who was fantastic last night. Yeah. He was awesome to watch last night. But Marvin Jones Jr., 3 or 4 drops,
something like
a
that.
fumble. Josh Reynolds, you had a couple catches. Khalif Raymond, did he have a reception?
Yesterday.
He's slow.
Did Khalif Raymond have a reception?
20-yard catch.
He had a big catch.
Okay, but that's the problem. You got to have a number 2 guy on this team, I feel like, if you want to be a big-time contender. And I don't see the Lions scoring a bunch of points like they did last year. I just don't see it again happening.
Well, I just think once the Lions, all their young players actually, grow together on this team. We saw flashes from all of their rookies, Branch, Laporta.
That's what I was going to talk about.
All of them.
That's what I was going to talk about next, the Lions rookies, which
I knew this would happen,
maybe if they didn't have this class, they might have lost that game if they didn't have a Branch, Gibbs, Laporta. Jack Campbell had that amazing pass deflection, right?
Yeah.
So there's points in this game where you look at it. Sam Laporta had some key receptions. I think maybe 5 receptions, 45 yards, something around there.
Yeah.
Gibbs, man, he looked electric last night.
He was great.
Really fun. They got to get him off the bench, though, right? Like people are saying.
Obviously, smart thing to do.
Obviously, Montgomery's the guy to kind of pound it in.
Yeah.
But Gibbs, when you're in long distance and even short distance, some trickery play calls by Ben Johnson, I think you got to use him. He will get used more later in the season. And for fantasy owners, he's a great asset to have, I think, because he looked unreal last night. I was really amazed by him. And Brian Branch, he didn't get a shit ton of snaps, but when he got the chance, one hand pick six, scoop it in and score. Yeah. Can't ask much more from these rookies of the Detroit Lions. Yeah. And it's making me really rethink how I evaluated that draft class after. Besides, Jack Campbell wasn't a first round worthy this year, like that game, but he can be later on in the season. It's week 1.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think about the draft class, I think people always will say positional value, but if we didn't have those games, like you said, we wouldn't have won that game. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, I think those guys were very valuable to us winning, and I think they'll be very valuable for us going forward. And I think if they fit our team and they're going to be good, then who fucking cares if it's a running back or a linebacker? I don't care. Like, I think if they can contribute, whoever can contribute the most, great. For Gibbs, I think they'll work him in a little bit more, but I do like them keeping him fresh. I wish he did get a few more snaps, but I kind of pictured Montgomery getting the bulk of the load and then Gibbs being used as a gadget player. I think that'll kind of happen a lot throughout the year. And people are also forgetting Gibbs would have had that walk-in touchdown too if he didn't fall. Like, this guy had, I think, 60 yards, and people are saying he didn't do anything
60
really.
Combined.
Yeah.
Right?
And if he would have had 70 and a touchdown if he didn't slip.
It's not this. Honestly, I hate when you're evaluating rookies. I hate looking at the stats. I like to see what type of stuff they're doing on the field. Yeah. Jahmyr Gibbs, I don't give a crap that he had under 20 rushing yards, and he had, 40 receiving yards?
He had 40, he averaged 5 yards after contact.
So the one thing for me is that Jahmyr Gibbs, to me, he really looked like an Alvin Kamara out there. He really did to me. He's so twitchy, and the way he's one tackle where he spun around and then he spun back. Yeah. Come on, that's really good. And when he catches the ball, he's running in full speed, and it looks like it's very hard to tackle him. Yeah. And the Chiefs having two pretty solid linebackers. Bolton, I think, can be all pro this year.
Yeah, he was
talking about Willie Gay, I think he makes some big time plays too, even rushing the passer. He can get after it a little bit. Yeah. So when those guys have a tough time getting him down, it's going to be hard for the average teams to get him down as well.
Yep.
But go ahead. What did you think of this game?
Well, I thought it was good. I feel like the Lions were the more prepared team coming into this game.
Absolutely.
With the injuries,
I don't think that's the Chiefs' fault, just based off of Travis Kelce. When we made our predictions, right, I said Chiefs by a field goal when Travis Kelce was healthy. I think I obviously think that would have happened, but when Travis Kelce got ruled out, I don't know if you knew, if you just didn't want to jinx or anything. I knew it was a Lions cover and a Lions win for me. I knew it because when I said
I didn't think they were going to win.
I thought Lions were going to win by a touchdown. They obviously ended up winning by 1.
You thought they were going to win by a touchdown in Arrowhead versus Mahomes?
I think so, because I think that
I don't think anybody can win by a touchdown in Arrowhead
having two first-team All-Pro guys out, that's a bit. I don't care that Mahomes is Mahomes and he's on the field. It showed his receivers can't win him games. Travis Kelce is the go-to guy to win him games, and that hurt a lot. I think as Travis Kelce plays, the Chiefs win, but they didn't have Travis Kelce and a top 3 defensive player in the league, period. Yeah. That's hard to win games when 2 cornerstones of your team, but your franchise in the last 5 years are going to be out for a game against a team that's playing like it's their Super Bowl. So it's just so hard for me to see the Chiefs winning this game. And Lions took care of business when they got the opportunity to, because that's a huge advantage to have missing those 2 guys. And they took advantage of it. 1-0 for the Lions.
Great.
There's not too much to think about. You get the win, you're not going to complain. Obviously, it's a good thing, too, which I thought of. Dan Campbell, you're in that locker room, everyone's hyped up. They beat the Chiefs on the road. Yeah. Dan Campbell's going to go in there. He's going to say, okay, we beat the Chiefs with their 2 best players that are maybe better than anyone on this team. So there's nothing really to be excited about, because if you played that team full strength. So I think it's a good balance. You got a very good upset because you went into the Super Bowl champion's house and the reigning MVP champion's house and beat them, but they didn't have 2 key players, too, that could have easily won them the game if they were both healthy and re-signed. So I think it's a good balance for the Lions. Next week, they got the Seahawks home opener.
Yep.
That place will be rocking.
Oh, yeah.
Especially now that this team's competitive. You guys have been there, so you know. I expect it to be pretty freaking loud in there, too, especially a Seattle team that went in there and beat them last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game.
So before we go to week 1, you think that's a big Lions win there?
I think they'll win, but I mean, I'm not going to guarantee it.
Tons of momentum, though.
Seattle's a good team. I think the Lions should win this game. realistically looking at everything. Last year they lost by 3, and I think the Lions got better than the Seahawks did. So we'll see what happens.
I think the Lions will win with 3 extra days of rest and at home. Like, I just don't see them losing this game with all of this momentum and Seattle traveling across the country.
It's tough.
After they will beat a not-so-good Rams team.
Now this team's got a massive home field advantage too now, right?
Yeah.
Now that the fans are into it. Like 3-4 years ago, this team, they haven't been like super rowdy and stuff like that. Now you got a competitive team. That's what happens really with any fan base, right?
Yeah.
Look at the Sacramento Kings last year.
Yeah.
The fan base out of nowhere, light the beam, loudest place in the league when the Warriors came there in the playoffs. If the Lions get a home playoff game, that'd be a pretty tough place to play. Yep, especially with the way the Lions play, tough, gritty football team with those rowdy fans.
Sounds like a Lions win.
I think
they can win a playoff game for sure. After seeing yesterday.
I thought you were talking about We're talking about next week, not
I'm
playoffs.
just saying in general. Well, you brought up playoff game.
I know I'm giving the Lions a little bit too much credit than I should be right now, but I don't want to kind of like, because if they get blown out by Seattle next week, it's just going to be people are thinking the same old lines. But hey, it could happen. You never know.
It's not happening.
Is that a possibility?
No.
I don't think they'll get blown out, but they definitely can lose this game.
Yeah, they could lose.
But I don't see it happening.
Because I feel like you're trying to make the Lions as this invincible team right now.
Well, you also said they couldn't hang with the big dogs, and respectfully, I disagree with that.
They still haven't. They still can't hang with the big dogs.
So you think
they're still the Chiefs are still a top 10 team without those players?
I don't think you
understand.
They don't win a playoff game.
How?
This team would never win a playoff game if they never had Kelsey and Chris Jones. If they had this roster right now,
would easily win a playoff game.
They would never win a playoff game.
They would have wiped the table with a bunch of teams.
That team would have beat the Jaguars last year.
They would have beat the Steelers that game where they killed them.
Okay,
for sure.
That's 2 years ago though.
Yeah,
but
I don't think it's fair to say that they're a bad team.
We haven't even mentioned it yet. The receiving core doesn't show up. The defense, besides Nick Bolton, Willie Gay, Justin Reed doesn't really blow my mind.
It doesn't matter.
Trent McDuffie, he played pretty impressive last year, but you can't say I'll deny that this team is a big dog because they're missing Travis Kelce and Chris Jones. I just don't think, as much as Mahomes is the best player in the NFL, he's not that invincible to go out and win these games. I'll refer to it back 3-4 years ago, Tom Brady's last year in New England, bounced by Tennessee Titans in the playoffs because he had nobody. Rob Gronkowski retired. I don't even know if Julian Edelman was. I think that was their only guy. So. He was there. They had a good defense per usual, but Mahomes doesn't have enough. Juwan Taylor. We're not even going to talk about Juwan Taylor and Kadarius Toney because I already know they're getting enough heat. Donovan Smith had 3 holding penalties in the second half. Like he did with the Buccaneers last year for Brady. Every time they had a huge completion holding Donovan Smith. So there's just not a lot that I could see. They're using a running back by committee when Isaiah Pacheco is by far the best running back in the room.
Well, I just think they're all different. I don't think you can say one's the best.
Well, McKinnon's the receiving back. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, what?
He
utility.
He just gets like 5 yards every carry, it seems like.
And then Pacheco,
Pacheco runs hard.
He was a clear workhorse in the offense in the playoffs, so I don't really know why they faded away from that. That was a little surprising to me, but who's the Lions' next biggest? I know you know the schedule. Who's the next big
Seattle,
game?
I would say.
Don't
made
call
the
them
playoffs.
a big dog.
I know they play the Ravens.
They play the Ravens, then I guess. But I would say Seattle and Baltimore are very close in skill, I think.
Yeah.
We play in Baltimore, and we play in LA. Those are our 2 next biggest games this year.
Chargers?
Yeah. That's coming
up.
I'll
call that a big dog. If I'm not going to call Seattle one, I won't call Baltimore one. I'll say the Chargers. That's a big-time team.
That's the only other big dog that we play the rest of the year then.
Cowboys.
If that's what you're saying. And Cowboys, yeah.
But
forgot about them.
They'll be clinched by them. So
if the Lions can squeak wins like that.
Lions will be clinched. Teddy Bridgewater will be playing.
Yeah, for sure. But I just... That's what I hate. Even though I took the Lions to cover last night, I hated seeing the Lions beating the Chiefs because I knew you were going to act like this, saying that you beat a big dog because they weren't at full strength, and I'm in denial to call the Lions a big dog.
Are the Lions at full strength too? They're missing They're missing their number 2 receiver and their number 2 corner. Obviously, it's not as big of a thing.
Jameson Williams is like a Valdez Scantling.
Yeah. Okay.
That's his ceiling.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, he's already had off the field issues. He's already had injuries. If he can come back and be a Pro Bowl receiver, I'd be shocked.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying the fastest guy in the Lions receiving room right now is probably Khalif Raymond.
Yeah, and he doesn't even see snaps.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, if they have a guy that can take off the top, that offense is going to go to the next level. We saw it last year already.
I completely agree, but I think as of right now, I don't see them as this team that should be taken as a. Well, we obviously. Do you think the Lions are a Super Bowl contender?
I think they can contend for it.
Okay, so I don't see the Lions as a Super Bowl contender. That's why.
You don't think they're a top 10 team in the league?
I think they're definitely borderline. I'd have to think it out. After week 1, I'll get back to you on that.
All right.
But it's so tough for me because the Lions don't have a number 2 receiver. Marvin Jones is their number 2.
That's why they have Gibbs.
They don't need a number 2.
Gibbs is going to be that guy.
Okay,
not
that's
a receiver,
fine.
but he's like a Swiss Army knife.
Romeo Doubs or Jamison Williams?
Okay,
I'm serious.
That's a hard. Well, you can't ask that because if I would rather on my team, I'd rather have JMO for sure, because he's way more skilled as a player. Yeah. Like I don't know how you can argue.
Dudes
that.
will be good, but
in terms of potential, I'm definitely taking JMO.
Treylon Burks or Jamison Williams?
Burks,
yeah. Was Williams taken higher than him? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's hard to say though. This guy was hurt this whole first year and suspended. He hasn't played a game, not limited yet, in the league. He hasn't been let loose yet.
So, but you're saying they have their number 2 receiver hurt, so I got to give you these names because you're putting respect, saying it's their number 2 guy, super speedster. It's a
protection. It's a projection, but when he was healthy and when we did use him, he was taking the top off, and there's so much room in the middle.
Okay. So once we see stuff on the field, we can start calling him a number 2 receiver. But right now, he's a
number 2 receiver on the team.
That's fine.
That's what I'm
saying. As of right now, Marvin Jones is the number 2 receiver. Jamison Williams, who knows
Josh Reynolds is the number 2. Marvin Jones is not the number 2. He's washed.
He got the second most targets. If I'm
Josh Reynolds
mistaken.
had 4 catches for 80 yards.
Marvin Jones had more targets than that. Marvin Jones, I think, had 4 drops alone.
Yeah, maybe.
And a fumble.
Either way, targets doesn't say how.
But one thing too, if Jamison Williams doesn't work out, the Lions need to go get a receiver. They have to get a receiver.
Yeah, but I think
like very bad. If they're gonna make the, let me give you a scenario. If they make the playoffs this year, Jamison Williams, just say he doesn't pan out as what you guys need him to be. The Lions, and they lose first round. Doesn't matter to who. Okay. They lose first round. What's the number 1 thing the team's gonna look at and say, okay, we need that? Are you gonna say corner, interior defense, or receiver? What would you say?
I think receiver will already be solved by that time.
You think so?
Because there's a deadline.
Okay,
they're gonna get Mike Evans at the deadline.
I was just gonna throw that name out. Do you see that as a real possibility?
I wouldn't mind it. I just hope we don't give up much draft.
What would you give up for Mike Evans?
Third round pick.
Second, third
I don't
round
see
pick?
us trading.
I think
for
a
him.
3rd round pick.
But a contender, you got to be willing to give up, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if the Lions would be willing to give Mike Evans an extension.
Trade for him just because we haven't traded. We haven't paid any free agent like ever. Like we haven't overpaid.
St. Brown up this year?
What?
St. Brown's up this year?
St. Brown
2 years.
He's
on Chase. He's on Chase. Oh, you got a 5th-year option, right? Because he was a late pick.
No, he's 4th round. Fifth round options only for 1st round picks.
Yeah, so he'll be up after this year.
Yeah, so they'll have to pay him. They'll pay him. They'll give him money. That's fine. They're not overpaying anybody after this year.
Like Sewell's he's got to get his contract. He'll probably break the O-line market.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not too worried. Like I don't.
Well, you don't got a quarterback that's super pricey, which is helpful.
Isn't Goff on it?
Goff will get reset.
Well, he was on a big deal before.
He'll get an extension.
Burrow, Mahomes, Allen, they all got paid. Remember?
Goff's gonna get extended by the end of this year for sure. And he balled out yesterday too. But I'm not even gonna talk about that.
He played well under pressure.
Like he made some big time throws.
Yeah.
Third and 10, drops back. You see the pass rush coming. Mm-hmm. Threads the needle a couple times. Yeah, I'd say I was pretty impressed with Goff. But yeah, anything else you want to add about the game?
No. I think it's just the Lions had to do what they did, and they crossed off the biggest opponent on their schedule, and they got to win. It's really as simple as that.
Yeah, I agree.
At the end of the day, Lions have a win. Are in the win column. Chiefs are in the loss column. That's all that matters.
Last in the league.
Lions are first in the league right
Broncos
now.
win this week. They're ahead of Chiefs in the division.
Yeah.
Let's pull up the week 1 schedule. So
I got it.
What we'll do right now, we'll do this. We'll do 1 lock. We'll do 1 upset.
Okay.
1 lock, 1 upset, 1 over under that you like. Lock upset, over under, and we'll do your favorite spread pick. All right?
All right.
So we'll go through these games and we'll just kind of preview them one by one.
Okay.
First game, what do we got up here? 1 p.m. slate.
Well, we got
Ravens, Texans.
Texans.
Okay, yeah. Well, I don't think there's much that needs to be said about this. C.J. Stroud NFL debut. Baltimore, they're at home, so it's going to be a rowdy crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar Jackson, new contract, lots to prove. I think defense will be flying around a lot. Ravens love to be a really good regular season team.
Yeah.
My prediction, Ravens by 15-20. Lamar Jackson gets pulled start of fourth quarter.
Pulled?
It's a blowout.
Yeah. I say 31 Ravens, 13 Texans.
Tyler Huntley, touchdown and 50
sure.
rushing yards.
What do you
It's
think?
going to be a blowout by the fourth
I think
quarter.
that
I think they win by like 14, but
Lamar, if they're up 14, Lamar gets pulled.
you don't do that in the
Yes, you
NFL,
do.
you?
Yes, you
They
do.
won't pull him.
14? No.
Yes.
14? No way.
You
No
haven't
way
seen
you're
guys
pulling a
get
guy.
pulled.
Lamar will say, "No, I want to stay and I want to win MVP."
Okay.
If I'm up by 14,
I'm not pulling a guy
I'm not pulling a guy out of the game. There's always a
Or
chance.
someone that's injury prone.
We saw with the
Browns.
Browns Jets. Remember that game like week 2 last year?
Yeah, and that
Flacco
was
was the
14 points in
quarterback.
2 minutes though.
Yeah.
No, but they would risk losing that game if they pulled him. They would not pull
I'm
it
just
out.
saying, Ravens win by a lot, and Lamar Jackson somewhere in the last quarter gets pulled. Tyler Huntley throws a touchdown.
Okay.
That's
I have
pretty-
the
that's so
Ravens win.
random.
I'll
Ravens,
put that as my
okay.
lock of the week. I think C.J. Stroud will be terrible.
Yeah, that's a rowdy defense. No, besides
Humphrey's out.
besides that,
But, like,
I think it won't
matter.
matter because it's first time
Yeah.
reading an NFL defense. Remember, he got 4 on that IQ
You got a couple
test
milkmen
that people
going
love
against
to-
the Ravens
Ohio State
defense,
QB
too,
will be
receivers,
awful.
so.
Who are the receivers? Nico Collins. Is
Nico
Mechie back?
Collins, Mechie.
He's hurt. He's out.
He's
of
hurt
the
too?
game. Yeah, he's out.
Nico
Damn.
Collins.
Tank Dell's their next best guy.
Tank
then.
Dell, Robert Woods.
That's bad, dude.
Dalton Schultz. I like him.
They got nothing, man. It's gonna be bad.
Regardless, yeah, sure.
But
Ravens cookout.
I'll put that down as my lock.
Okay,
is Lock against the spread or is Lock just a win?
straight up
win.
win.
Okay. Then next game is Panthers Falcons, which I'm taking the Falcons as my lock actually.
Really?
Lock.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, because I
I feel
think
like there's other games, but okay.
yeah, well, I mean, I might as well throw it out here now. There's a bunch of big spreads. I could go safe. I could go Commanders, but
Yeah.
like I think that Atlanta's a way more experienced team besides Ritter, obviously. And I just think Bryce Young's got nobody to throw the ball to. Chark's out. Thielen's questionable. So you're throwing the ball to a 35-year-old white guy and Jonathan Mingo against an Atlanta defense is actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
Their run game's decent, but again, it's all new.
Mm-hmm.
I just see Atlanta just winning. I just think they'll win in the trenches on both sides of the ball. And
Brian
Brian
Burns is
Burns
out
out?
too.
Win.
I think he's out.
I think he might be out too.
Because he's like in a contract.
Let me
dispute.
check actually.
I don't think this game will be close.
No, he's
in
not.
Atlanta too.
He's not out. But
He's
it's in Atlanta. Bryce Young's a rookie, first game. He's got no weapons, nothing to work with. I just think Atlanta will win. I think it will be like a close game, but I think Atlanta will win by 7.
I don't think they can hang with Atlanta's offense.
Atlanta's offense will be good.
Give me an Atlanta win. I think they're in division contention more than the Panthers. I think they're going to be a little bit hungry going into this game too.
Yeah.
I think that Kyle Pitts and Drake London got to silence some haters too. They got some work to do this year, even though I am slightly biased because I have Kyle Pitts in both fantasy leagues.
Oh shit. See ya.
I need a big year, Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts, 100 receiving yards, 1 touchdown Sunday.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus, sound like Bauer.
You're a
Okay,
hater. Now you're a lover.
Yeah.
No. I'm not a lover. I'm a believer.
Believer. Okay.
Go ahead.
Our next game.
Yeah.
Bengals at the Browns.
I love
Browns.
this game.
Browns
win.
one.
This is
I
exciting.
got Browns.
Bengals aren't a week 1 team.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah.
They
This
played
is-
bad to start.
This is
Browns.
really exciting. Deshaun Watson, let's see if he can come back to old Houston form. This is a tough game. If I were to pick a team, I'm not going to lie, a lot of these things that I'm saying right now are going to change by Sunday, I think.
Yeah.
But if I were to give something right now, Burrow hasn't beaten the Browns in his career.
Yeah, he is once, I think.
One
Once?
time.
He's like 5-1 versus them though. Or
But
1-5.
1-5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1-4, 1-5.
Remember
is all
Halloween?
Browns.
Halloween last year, your house Browns win.
Yeah.
I like the Browns this year, man.
Burrow, new contract. He's going to be feeling nice. I got to ride the hot hand. Give me the Bengals. If you guys are both going Browns, I'm not going to do a Browns sweep here. Give me the Bengals. I got to
agree.
ride with Joey B.
All right.
enough.
49ers at Steelers.
This is a trap game.
I'm
I am so tempted to take the
Steelers.
Pittsburgh
I'm taking
Steelers.
as an underdog for
No,
sure.
people think the Steelers are going to win, but the 49ers.
I don't think the Steelers will.
I'll tell
I
you
don't
why
know.
it's a trap game. Because last year, Trey Lance lost in Chicago.
In that brutal.
In the downpour, where it's basically like it's even teams to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just whoever has the better run game. Both of them were pretty even to me. And that's why 49ers on a week 1 team, blah, blah, blah. Nick Bosa, new contract. That would have changed my mind.
Yeah.
I don't think that
TJ Watt
has
versus
anything
Nick
to do with
Bosa,
it.
week 1. Trent Williams on TJ Watt. Oh, that'll
They'll
be
move them around. They'll be
yeah,
fine.
they will. But that'll be a sight to see for a couple of matchups here.
Yeah.
Give me a 49ers win.
Mm-hmm.
What's the spread?
It's 2.5. I'm taking Steelers all day here.
I think Pittsburgh's secondary's
Pittsburgh's
awful.
a great-ass home team, too.
Yeah, they're
Patrick Peterson,
I'm
Joey
not-
Porter?
Personally,
They will struggle in their first game.
Personally,
Okay.
I'm not betting against Mike Tomlin at home first game of the year versus the Niners. Niners usually start slow too. So I see Pittsburgh potentially winning. I think this is a 50-50 game. I think they'll cover for sure.
Yeah.
If at most I think they'll lose by 3. Personally.
Give me the Niners win.
Yeah, but I got Niners
have
too.
to take it. Next game.
And then Cardinals Commanders.
All right.
Cardinals.
There's not much to say here.
Sorry. Give me the Commanders.
I got Commanders by like 9.
I'll
I
throw
don't-
this right now. I'll say it's a lock pick for me. I'll go the Commanders as a lock.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see them losing really.
There's no way, Sam Howell, you got something to prove.
That's
'Cause
sad
if you
if they
lose to the
lose.
goddamn Commanders, you're getting pulled week 1, and Ron Rivera, you're getting fired. They should
Everyone-
fire. They should
their
fire
season's over.
because Ron
They'll
Rivera's
lose.
already on the hot seat. You should fire his ass if he loses to the Cardinals. Sorry, on the spot.
You
Don't
can't
even let
give
him
this
on the
game up at
No.
all if you're the Commanders.
Well, yeah.
because they need wins too if they want to sneak a wild card, sneaky wild card team.
Mm-hmm.
You got to win this game.
Yeah. I think it's
Go
a
ahead.
great team for a rookie to play his first game versus at home.
Go ahead.
Probably worst team in the league.
They're at home,
Yeah.
Commanders.
Yeah. And then next game we got Tampa, Minnesota.
I'm gonna use this as my over/under. Over. Both teams.
Yeah,
Slightly shaky defenses on both sides.
I think I agree with you.
Vikings put up 30. Buccaneers put up 24,
I got a
25.
slight Bucks cover. I think they'll cover.
Yeah.
What's the spread?
5.5. 5.
Five. That's
fair.
Sorry.
Right
That's
I
fair.
think they'll cover. I
That's
think
fair.
Yeah, I think Bucks cover. I think they'll go over as well.
Vikings win. Jefferson touchdown. Put it in the books. Jordan Addison, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm expecting a touchdown week 1. Jordan Addison. I want
Okay.
Kevin O'Connell to make it clear that Jordan Addison is going to be a solidified wide receiver too and a great player in this league. So I want Jefferson touchdown, Jordan Addison touchdown, Vikings win, hit the over. 54 points?
it's 45. The over.
Oh, 45.
Mm-hmm.
What, sorry, I was thinking
My
the Chiefs.
I would say
way over.
I would
45 points, way
guess
over.
31-27 mini.
It's fine.
Really?
Way over. This game's
I
soaring
think.
over to me. This is one of the
Alright.
lines you look at, you're like, really?
Next game,
Colts.
Jags
yeah.
at Colts.
I hate this division because it's always messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Some team always beats some team that they're not supposed to, except for the Titans always demolish the Texans. That's one thing that always happens. I'm going to take a Jags win. They got a lot to prove this year, too. They better win the division. Expectations, I think, for them is a playoff win because they're going to have a home playoff game.
Yep.
I think that's an expectation for them. Trevor Lawrence could be a dark horse MVP candidate. He's not my pick, though. I think he'll be good. The Jaguars are a dark horse Super Bowl contender, I think, for some teams.
The Jaguars,
I see a
for
lot
sure.
of people that like them going to the Super Bowl because they're one of these teams where one of the teams that can just click that nobody realizes, and boom, you're in the Super Bowl. So look out for this team. If they start clicking, I love Doug Peterson with Trevor Lawrence. I think that's one of the best coach QB duos in the league. I love that duo together. And the defense has a little bit more to prove coming into this year. Has a little bit more to prove. I want to see Trayvon Walker live up to the expectations, even though it looks like right now Hutchinson should have been the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
He should have been the number 1 overall pick. That was a huge mistake. But Trayvon Walker.
Sauce? I would take Sauce over Hutchinson, and I'm a Lions.
Oh no! I'm saying
As
what,
the edge
in
rushers?
the moment during the draft, I
Oh,
thought it
yeah.
should have been Hutchinson.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Right now, I'd
Fair
obviously
enough.
take
Because the
Sauce over
Jags like corners room, it's not the
Tyson
best,
Campbell.
but he's all right.
That's-
Like
Who else?
they didn't really have much pass
Darrell
rush.
Williams
Yeah,
from the
Josh
Rams.
Allen.
He came over there. But yeah, just prove something to me. Jaguars.
Yeah,
I like you.
I got Jaguars by a touchdown.
Yeah, me too.
Fair.
I think
Spread's pretty low, honestly.
they can't drop this game, man. Their schedule's too hard.
A little bit about Anthony Richardson. He'll probably throw a pick. He'll have a couple clumsy plays, but
Yeah.
like I've said in every episode, I just want him to learn because I think he has great potential and he could be one of the most exciting players in the NFL. Go ahead.
All right, next game, Titans-Saints. I'm on the Titans train all the
Yeah.
way. +3.
I wish Ryan was here right now because
I love this. I love
I'm
the
getting
Titans.
2v1 right now. So give me the Saints. I think this is one of those games where it's a week 1 game and
You're on the
nobody knows how
Titans
these
train.
teams are going to be.
Yeah,
Remember
this is
what
my
me,
spread pick.
you, Ryan, and Joe?
What?
We took the Saints, and then because we were arguing, and we're like, oh my gosh, they play week 1. Give me the Saints here. They're at home. Derek Carr, new environment, lots to prove. Defense is better than the Titans. They got to stop Derrick Henry. The inside's kind of shaky for the Saints, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
But
think
still,
they'll-
you got Demario Davis right there, the catalyst of that defense. Cam Jordan's been an icon in New Orleans. Michael Thomas is healthy, which is a good thing. Who knows how long he'll stay healthy for. Olave, up-and-coming superstar. Jamal Williams, I got him in fantasy. Give me a touchdown, Jamal Williams, or 2. This could be a sneaky shootout.
Yeah, I
Very
think it'll go.
sneaky.
I think this game will go over for sure.
What is it,
41,
Axel?
41 and a half. I see it going over. I just think if Tannehill's serviceable, I think the Titans are a better team.
Traylon's in.
Hopkins too.
If
Traylon's
he's
in.
able to distribute the ball effectively,
Lattimore
they'll be
versus
fine.
Hopkins. That'll be fun to watch. This is a kind of an under-the-radar exciting game. 1
Yeah.
p.m. or 4
Yeah.
p.m.?
1 p.m.
One.
That's the last
That'll
1
be
p.m.
the game I'll be
I'll be
watching.
watching that, yeah.
And Browns Bengals. Those two are going to be electric.
We can go next. Who do you got? You got the Titans. I got the Saints.
Yeah.
Give me the Saints. Come on.
Yeah, I feel like I've been talking so much about the Titans. I got to take Titans to win.
It's fine. Go ahead.
Take them by 1 or
Next
2.
I have the Broncos favored, so they're at the
No, what's next game?
what's the-
Broncos?
Broncos.
Oh.
Broncos Raiders. 3.5.
Sure.
Denver's
Taking,
3.5.
Go ahead.
taking the Broncos. The off-season hype is going to prove that we are the real team. Playoff push is on week 1. Because if we lose this game, we're setting
Season's
us up.
over.
Yeah, game.
I don't say season over, but
Season's over.
no.
What are you talking about?
But Russell Wilson, 3 passing touchdowns, book it,
How many yards?
300. Javonte, people think
Is Judy playing? Yes or no?
Judy will
Questionable.
play.
Really?
Yeah,
He's playing?
He's a warrior. He'll be out there.
Oh, fuck.
Wow.
Um,
Versus the
Adams
Raiders.
Hold
under
on.
100 yards.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Actually, yeah, he kind of has worse.
He's got Jimmy G,
because
and
Derek Carr's
Surtain's
got the
good.
bigger arm, big play guy.
No.
Oh,
There's no way
that's
he
a
goes over
tough
100.
line. Can we get a line?
3.5.
No. Devontae Adams receiving yards. Can we get a
I don't know
line?
if I have it.
I'd be surprised if the Raiders scored more than 17
I'm going to guess it's
points.
like 70.
Let's get a line for that. 17 points.
Yeah. I don't think they score more than that.
Yeah, I don't think the Raiders
If
offense
Judy
will be very
plays,
good.
I like a big rowdy Broncos win.
Yeah.
Seriously. They don't
Yeah.
got any corners that can hold that dude.
This game's going to be a snooze fest. If this guy didn't like the Broncos, I would be off my TV. Because I don't want to be watching
Well, I'll watch it on my own.
Shit. That was like me with the Lions games for the last 2 years. Until now everyone wants to like them.
For me, I think this is one of the teams that could fly sneaky under the radar. The Raiders could easily win this game if Judy's out. Josh Jacobs is playing, right? So he's going to run all over the Broncos defense to start with.
I don't know.
I believe that he's going to. Do you believe that
What?
Jacobs will run around a little bit this game?
Yeah, well, we'll see. Broncos have good linebacking core, though.
Yeah.
Like from what I've seen
Our
last year.
defensive interior.
If the Raiders can
The
get up,
defensive line's
if
bad,
the Raiders
though,
can get
so,
up and
yeah.
block that second level, I think Jacobs will be able to
Yeah,
run all over.
I just
the
don't
place.
think the Raiders'
The
offense
Broncos
will be very
win
good
this,
year.
though, if we stop Max Crosby. That's it.
Yeah, it's
Who's
possible.
going to be on him? McGlinchey?
McGlinchey or Bulls?
Ew.
I'd rather
That's
have Bulls
fine.
on them,
Shaky. Really?
Adams' line's
Yeah,
72 and a
McGlinchey's
half,
not-
by the way.
72 and a half.
I'd take a cautious under
Under.
on that.
though. Under.
Cautious under. Because they're going to line Surtain across from him again. And in Denver, he's got Jimmy G throwing the ball first game
Touchdown?
of the year.
I think touchdown. 60
No.
yards and a touchdown.
I think
We'll
Jacobs
see.
will be the touchdown.
We'll see. I don't see Jimmy G. I don't really see him passing very efficiently this game.
I think Jimmy G will be awful.
Yeah, he's trying to convince himself.
Yeah, we'll see.
He'll be
'cause
bad.
It's just enough talking, I feel like, for this year. I just want to see the Broncos play so he can stop these narratives.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited because all this Russell Wilson. It's getting too far.
Well, yeah, he's not running for public office like Sean Payton said, right?
Well,
Stop kissing all the damn
he's
babies.
running for mayor.
Because you haven't. I've sent a couple things on Instagram and you haven't really responded to that. I kind of.
Russell Wilson's a good guy. He helps out the children's hospital. He donates his money.
That is a good guy, but damn, he's got it like it's getting. Sure, there's quarterbacks that do that and they don't post it all over social media like they're running for fucking president.
Yeah, he does have to stop doing that. Focus on football because. And
I saw his. I do follow him on Instagram. I see he's posting all the team captains and adding them. Like, come on, you cornball.
No.
Yeah, well, he put on his Instagram
good.
story.
Yeah, I saw that.
Who cares?
Grateful year 12 or maybe it's year 13.
Like I honestly can't get a read on Wilson if the guys love him or they hate him.
Oh my God.
No, to me he comes
really
off a little bit cheesy.
Because he works the hardest in maybe the league.
Yeesh.
He does.
Oh my God.
The Broncos know it too.
Wilson doesn't catch 200 balls in the ball jugs like St. Brown does.
This is crazy. No.
So.
Next game, please. Raiders or Broncos?
I'm taking Broncos. I'll take the Broncos.
What's
by
the spread?
3.5.
I think
Raiders cover, Broncos win.
Broncos 20-17.
Who'd they trade for again? Will Lutz?
Yeah.
Will Lutz walk-off field goal, Broncos win.
It's not even going to be that
Will
close.
Lutz, 50-yard field goal, Broncos beat the Raiders.
Mile high runs the field, all the fans.
Raiders cover,
like
next.
It's a college game. Okay. Next game, Dolphins, Chargers.
Spread.
3 for the Chargers.
Chargers all day. And this game's soaring over as well.
What's the line?
51.5.
I don't know.
Shit.
I don't know because I don't see Miami's a whole different team when Tua's not protected. So I think Armstead being out, I think I guess
still and Mac both healthy. Derwin will be blitzing
that's what I'm saying because the Chargers defense is never healthy. They're finally, I think they're 100%.
J.C. Jackson back.
Yeah, they're 100%. I'm gonna take Chargers, by 4 or 5. I think they'll cover slightly. I think this will be a good game though. I'm really excited to see Miami this year. And
right now, it could definitely change. Give me the Dolphins, though. I do think this is the team that I think Mike McDaniel's play calling is going to be the difference. I do like him a little bit more than Kellen Moore as a play caller. Obviously, he's a head coach, right? So I like the RPO options. Mostert's going to get a lot of work, too. First game, hopefully throwing a chain there for a little bit. They got Tyreek Hill. That's all that matters. Jalen Ramsey is out.
Yeah.
Which does suck. It's going to be a shootout regardless. Give me the Dolphins. And since I got the Dolphins, I'll use the Dolphins as my spread pick. +3. I like that a lot.
All right, next we got Rams, Seahawks.
This is a big Seahawks win for me. At home, Rams got to go there. Mm-hmm. Seahawks blow them out of the water. No cup. Stafford's lost with all the young Bucks. This is
Seahawks after week 1 and then week 2.
Oh my gosh.
Back to reality.
Okay, this is my over-under. I'm taking the under here.
What's it at?
46.5. I think the Rams won't be able to score points.
I don't think they'll be able to. Without Cup, Stafford's always struggled without Cup, and I don't know. I don't think Seattle really has a pass rush, to be honest. Like, they got a couple guys up the edge that are right. Like, Nwosu, I think, is all right, but I don't see the Rams. I just don't see them moving the ball, and I think Seattle will win pretty comfortably. I think they'll win, 23-14. Give me.
It's fair. Give me the Rams. Big-time win.
Rams.
All right.
I'm sorry, Seahawks. Big-time win.
I was going to say.
Huge win.
Yeah, all
right. Next game.
Go next.
Eagles at the Patriots, -4.
It's my upset pick.
Patriots.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady? Why are
Tom Brady night. It's Tom Brady night.
Who cares?
They're honoring him.
It's Tom Brady night. They're going to honor him. Belichick is not letting this game slip between his hands.
This is like when I bet on the Jays on
This is one of the games.
They lost.
Right here, Patriots upset. You call it crazy. When you really look at it, I think it's not crazy. Patriots got a stifling defense. Week 1, they're going to come out hot. Mac Jones, I know the receiving core is shaky, but for now, Juju's knee is intact, but it probably won't be by the end of the season. Ramondre Stevenson, Zeke Elliott.
Dude,
it's going to be hard to run the ball, but Stevenson, he's special. He's full go. He just in practice.
Oh, he's
today.
sick.
He's sick. He's fine.
Patriots upset the Eagles week 1.
I think the Patriots have the
I like it. They're at home.
To win.
Eagles Super Bowl hangover.
Yeah, basically.
Maybe you let it slip. No. What?
I think the Patriots.
The Eagles won't play their best.
I don't think so either, but I think the Eagles will win for sure. I just don't see New England's offense scoring. Like, how are they going to score?
Well, any team can score points now.
They almost beat the Bengals. Remember that in New England?
Yeah.
Christmas Eve.
Either way.
They're
That's
sneaky.
just a
They're
game
just,
they're
they're
gonna
just a
win.
team that can just catch off guard.
Yeah.
New
but I
England
don't
will
think they'll
always
win.
be a team now
I don't see how you
that
guys
you
are
could
taking that to
always
win.
catch off guard. I'm taking because you got to pick an upset. It's not going to be Eagles win, Chiefs. Well, they didn't win, but
Chiefs were in a lot.
Seahawks. Like they're not
Chiefs
all
were the underdogs that game.
they're not all going to win, right?
No.
No,
I'm picking the Patriots to upset the Eagles.
like yeah, that's fair.
Are you taking the Patriots?
I'll take the Patriots too.
I don't know. I feel like I've heard a lot about this being a trap and the Eagles playing like they just assume Eagles are gonna play bad game, Patriots are gonna play perfect game. I feel like that's the narrative right now. I'll take Eagles by 7. Comfortable win first week. This team's unreal. I don't.
It is unreal.
Yeah.
Can't wait to. I think it's going to be Gonzalez versus Devonta Smith. They won't put him on
Probably.
AJ. AJ Brown's too physical.
AJ Brown better get me some fantasy points.
AJ Brown's
actually.
too physical. They're going to have to put a veteran on him. I think it will be Devonta Smith because
And then
Gonzalez
Jalen
is
Mills.
the slimmer build. He's more technical. I think you got to put someone
AJ
like
Brown's going for 100+ touchdown because he's got Jalen Mills on him. Then probably
Jonathan Jones,
Yeah,
Jalen
that guy.
Someone that
Mills,
got arrested.
Jack Jones.
because none of those guys are big enough. All the Patriots corners are shorter.
pulled his
right?
hamstring first week out of jail.
Actually,
Pulled his hamstring.
Who, Jones?
Jack
Jones, who
Oh,
got the
Jack
gun
Jones.
charges dropped. Anyways, yeah, we
That's
can go to the
crazy.
next game.
Okay, Packers, Bears.
Bears are gonna kill
I love
them.
this because this is now where the tables turn.
I'm
Yeah.
interested
Bears
to
win.
see.
I love it. Fields is going to have a big game. DJ Moore, his presence will arrive at Soldier Field. Burns is going to be going crazy. He's there for sure, right?
Burns
Yes.
is there. Shout out Burns, by the way.
He's at the Buck Kiss tailgate party.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on. That's electric.
He's at. Oh shit.
We'll have to make a
Anyways.
trip down there.
I
We gotta
love
go to Fort. We gotta go there and link up with Burns for a tailgate one time.
Disney with Burns.
Disney with Burns.
Free agency.
That'd be unreal. But yeah. What did you say? You have
Bears win.
Bears
this
by-
is a small.
You think it's a
the
smoke
spread
show?
changed
One
since
and a
One and a half.
Their
it was
favorite.
one since Watson was healthy.
Minus 1.5 Bears.
If I had another spread pick, I'm taking the Bears.
I agree
I
with
am
you,
taking the
actually.
Chicago Bears Sunday. Big, even though the defense is good, I think that Justin Fields and this offense is
Yeah.
rejuvenated. The D line, they got Rashad Gary and Kenny Clark, but now Darnell Wright recently drafted. They touched up some stuff. Tremaine Edmonds is on defense for the Bears. Kind of be the general. I don't know if he has the green dot or not. He might year one,
Yeah.
but we'll see because they don't really got much else on the
Yeah.
defense,
They don't
right?
have shit.
So Bears,
I'm gonna take.
they're gonna come into the league hot this year.
What do you think?
Bears win.
Bears by what? Touchdown?
Bears by 9-10.
Ooh.
Ooh,
What do
I
you
got
have?
them by a field goal.
I agree. I think it's a whole different game without Watson. Without Watson, I probably would have taken the Packers. Or with Watson, I would have taken the Packers.
And this is going to be a false understanding of Jordan Love too. I want to make clear
Yeah, I know.
because
It's so hard to judge.
away-
First away game, basically.
biggest
Well, I guess he played
one of the
Eagles
biggest
game.
all-time rivalries in the NFL.
Yeah.
The crowd's going to be on his head.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the over too. in
Without
this
your
game,
wide
too.
receiver one, I think it's
Over?
pretty obvious. What's it at?
41 and a half. I think the Bears offense. There's a lot of unknowns in this game. I feel
fair.
like because Love, and then I think the Bears offense. I think Fields will, he won't run as much as he did last year. I don't think he will have to.
Yeah.
I think he'll pass the ball a little bit more. But I still think this Packers defense is really good. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take the Bears. I'll take the Bears 23-20.
Go ahead.
Okay.
And then next game, we got Sunday night primetime Cowboys-Giants.
Once again, I'm not high on the Giants. Big time Cowboys win. I know people like this upset because the Giants are the underdogs and they're at home. Give me the Cowboys. Go into MetLife. Brandon Cooks, CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott's going to be slinging. Tony Pollard's going to look like a firecracker per usual. Stephon Gilmore, Trayvon Diggs, oh boy, against this receiving core, I don't think Daniel Jones will be able to pass as much. And if Darren Waller's out, give me the Cowboys by 15. This team
15?
loves to score. If Darren Waller is out, Cowboys by 15.
I think Waller's a big impact. I was going to say if Waller played, I think the Giants have a really good chance to win
What's the
this.
spread?
3.5. I think Waller,
I like that Cowboys bet.
Waller's Jones' go-to guy. If Waller plays, I'd still take the Cowboys. I think by like 3. If he doesn't play, I think that the Cowboys will win because I don't think the Giants. I think they'll win by like 10. I don't think the Giants will be able to score very well. It's all like because with Waller that takes so much pressure off Saquon. I think they can get the run game going. But without him, they're kind of a one-dimensional team on offense. So I think Cowboys will blow the doors off.
Last game Monday night.
Yep. Bills.
God.
I got the Bills for sure.
Bills.
Bills by 7.
Bills by 10.
I'm not going to sit here and say a team because I don't know what I'm taking yet. I don't
Really?
know. I don't know what I'm taking yet. This is, come
I
on,
think
you
the
can't
Bills
say
will win.
it's a clear, obvious Bills.
Well, I think
Bills
first game of the
cover?
year,
better
Bills
team.
cover?
Bills are better and
I got the Bills by 10.
Bills by 7. I don't think the Jets will be able to score very well first week.
This is going to be...
It'll be a good game, though.
The Jets' offense is not good.
It's going to be a really fun
We'll see.
game to watch. But I'm not going to give an answer right now because what's the over-under?
45.5.
I'd take the under.
I think it'll go.
Yeah?
Because I don't think the Jets will score much.
Bills 27-21 is my guess.
Yeah, their offense is just Garrett Wilson.
27-21?
Bills.
3,
That's over.
28. Yeah, if I were picking over-under, I'd take the over by a little bit. Slight over. You like the under?
Yeah.
You don't like the Jets.
No.
Yeah. See, his mind's clouded by bias. 'cause
Yeah.
When did the
Week
Broncos
4, week
play?
4, week 4.
5.
5?
Yeah.
Start it?
Oh, that's
start on the calendar.
That's going to be a lot.
The Broncos will be like 3-2 at that point, and the Jets will be like 2-3.
So and then the Broncos win. And
And then they'll put the Jets out of the playoffs. For good.
Okay. Okay, that's enough.
That's going to do it for episode 23 of the Alec Frengos Show. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you after week 1.